Great. Football is back. Hello, football. How you doing? All that good stuff. Y'all know how to go. Y'all know what this is. Views from the 22, live on the scene. Coming to you on this beautiful, illustrious week one Sunday of the 2022 season. I just want to come out and say we have had nothing but technical difficulties this morning. So we apologize that we're late. But you know what? We're here. We're here. We're here. So we're going to skip all the pleasantries and we're going to get right into it. Germ So True. We got Vic Jr. Holler at the people.
Man, what's going on, man? We finally on. Excited to talk week one, 2022 football season with these fellas. We might get Mo to jump in and out. I mean, people are busy, people are sick, man. It is what it is, but we're trying to warm up again. I'm feeling hot, Jerm, because Thursday I made, little bold statements there. Said the Bills would dominate this game. Sure enough, the second half, they kind of showed that. Kind of showed the kind of team that they can be in their quest for a Super Bowl championship. Went over to the West Coast, handled some business against those Rams. And the Rams, they left that game with a lot of questions, a lot of question marks coming off of that roster, man. So, we took note of the left tackle, Joseph Noteboom. Sure enough, 3 plays into the game, he gave up a sack. There was some pressures involved after that on Matty Ice or Matty Stafford, right? Matty Ice for Matt Ryan. We'll see how he does in his debut against the Colts coming up soon, man. Listen, I am going through some cold or flu or something right now, but hey, I'm here for the people, man. Trying to knock it out.
Well, we here. And of course, y'all know this man's work. It's the DVR czar himself in the building, the resident Bucks fan. Trav, holla at the people. You on mute, brother. Come on up.
Oh, I'm good. I'm good. I'm working with some new equipment, so I have to mute myself at times. But hey, man, this is week one, man. Everybody been going crazy over football, and it's here. 17 plus weeks of this. Hope everybody fantasies go good. Hope everybody teams stay healthy. I mean, the best way to be a good team is the first priority is to be healthy.
Mhm.
So overall, hey man, welcome back NFL. We miss you.
So now let's get to the business at hand. Couple of things that we want to touch, then we're gonna breeze through some games and talk about everything like that. We've had a crazy off season, to say the least. Crazy off season.
Per
So with
usual.
everything that's going on, so with everything that is going on right now currently, with the NFL, the state of the NFL. Of course, we got the Bills and the Rams. That's the first game in the books. The Bills dominated. Rams obviously have left with some question marks and things of that nature. But it is what it is. Super Bowl hangovers are things that happen. Now, what I want to talk about strictly today is I want to talk about some of the things that we got going on, some of question marks and some high points around the league. Um, so I'm gonna start with this. This is my first part of the show. The segment for this part is going to be teams that people are high on that you're not so high on. And I'm actually gonna start with you, Vic.
Hmm.
Give me one team that you're high on, that you're not so high on, that everybody else is high
Ooh, this was a question all right off the rip, right? Tough question.
on. Yeah.
I mean, I think I'm gonna go with San Francisco, man. San Francisco 49ers, excuse me. Um, I mean, I don't know. Again, this Trey Lance, somebody that the Views crew wasn't so high on coming out of the draft. We feel like he's a mid to lower tier quarterback out of the top 32. Can he start in this league? Probably. But can he be an elite quarterback? At the end of the day, that's what you need for winning football. So San Francisco will still have a solid defense. They will have solid offensive line, solid running game. We'll talk about it a little bit more when we get to that game. But will he take that step, to take them to a different level? So I think a lot of 49er fans are excited about the season, but I think what they're more excited of is moving on from Jimmy which is funny because they signed him back, and I think that kind of said like, we don't think that Trey is ready. So anytime that he struggles, they can go back to Jimmy. So I'm gonna go with the 49ers.
Trav, do you have a team in mind?
It's not that they may be bad, but I'm just very interested in seeing how this guy is going to use these weapons, and does he have the arm to get it to them? And that's the Miami Dolphins.
Talk about it.
Again, you're talking about a quarterback situation, which Vic alluded to as far as Tua. Is he to be trusted? You got speedsters out there. Everybody talk about the accuracy. Yeah, the accuracy is cool. You want a quarterback that can be accurate. But do you want that quarterback needs to be healthy, first of all? Second, if you got to play that, I mean, you got two of the fastest dudes in the league. They want that burn out there. Can you get it out there? Because now, I mean, we seen the formula 2 years ago. Keep two back and keep everything in front of you. We seen that. So
right, and the key with Tua, I mean, because he showed it in Alabama, right? They do a lot of horizontal routes where he was able to get the ball to Jalen. But when they do need to take a deep shot, is he going to be able to get it out there?
Is he going to be able to get it out there? Right. So that's one of the teams that I'm interested in. I'm interested to see Miami and see how they use those weapons.
Right.
The team that I got on my radar, y'all, is Philadelphia. We high on Philadelphia based on what? They signed A.J. Brown? The same A.J. Brown that just played with Ryan Tannehill? Are we sure that Jalen Hurts is just as good or if not better than Ryan Tannehill? Are we sure that he's better? I mean, I'm not asking and being mean. I'm asking for the purpose of when we really talk about football. Don't be so high on a team based on a couple signings for a team that last year they were not the hunted. This year will be a different year considering, number one, we have to talk about the fact they are still trying to get their offensive line back healthy. That's a big thing and a big part of this whole thing. Their all-pro guard, Brandon Brooks, has been out the last 2 years. If it's not Brandon Brooks, it's another guy. But one of those guys has been out. He's been out 2 years in a row with two lower leg.
And the right tackle too, man. Like that line, as special as they are, they've been in and out of the lineup way too much. They're aging now. You know what I mean? Kelsey as well was a tremendous center. Like it was beautiful to watch these guys, but it's age and injuries in and out. It's gonna be tough.
Did Peters go to Dallas?
Yep.
Yep.
That's another offensive line we can discuss later on.
But that's the thing though. That's why I'm briefly touching it. Philadelphia is, as much as we want to give them credit for some of the things that they've done in the offseason, they gotta get it, but it has to translate on the field. I'm not high on them this year. I think defensively they're gonna be middle of the pack at best. I still want to know what they're gonna do about linebackers. I still want to know when they're gonna step up and get themselves a middle linebacker that is gonna be complete, or a down-to-down linebacker in general. And also, to be honest with you, they still have issues in the secondary. I still want to see the secondary get better. So let's not act like this is going to be the thing that's going to get them where they need to be. Quarterback play is going to be key. Jalen had a decent season last year. He didn't have a great year last year. Mm-hmm. So, but what we're going to do is we're going to acknowledge the fact that, we like the Philadelphia Eagles because, they're just going to build off the success of last year. If it's anything that I want everybody to understand is the NFL is a year-to-year league. It is not about building off the success of last year. We seen it last year with Cleveland. Cleveland didn't build off the success. They went back to the basement. Cleveland didn't build off the success. Also, we talked about it last year with Baltimore, which we'll talk about them in a minute. I said I predicted Baltimore wouldn't make the playoffs last year. Why did I predict they wouldn't make the playoffs last year? I felt like it's a year-to-year league. Every year takes on its own or a different monster. Y'all have to understand that we don't know what this year is going to hold for Philly.
Mm-hmm.
And then, everybody wants to just be quick to write off Washington because Chase is out at the beginning of the year. That doesn't mean anything. If you're high on the team, be high on the team because you like the team, not because of what happened last year. Because last year ain't this year. Period, point blank. That's just football. Football's a year-to-year league, year-to-year sport. So what's a team that everybody's not so high on that you kind of like?
What are the there's two teams, Germ, that there's gonna be obvious reasons that as I say these names, you're gonna understand why I might be a little higher. What is the talk when it comes to the Denver Broncos? And I guess I haven't been able to get a feel for the Broncos. What is the talk around them? Because I feel like with this Russell, Wilson addition, plus the offensive line getting better, probably better than what he's had in Seattle. I like the Denver Broncos to make some noise in that AFC West division. When I say second place, even fight the Chiefs for second place because I'm picking the Chargers to win that division. So I like Denver. I like the additions they've made. The defense is going to always be solid, per usual. They have some very young, nice pieces there too, along with the offensive line and the running game. So, Russell Wilson and the Denver Broncos for me.
Okay. I'm actually gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go to another division in the AFC. And I'm gonna go down the street, around the corner, and I'll go to Cleveland. Everybody was so worried about Deshaun and everything else like that. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not worried about Deshaun. I think Cleveland has one of the three best running games in football. I think they have one of the best offensive lines in football. I think they have one of the better constructed defenses in football. I think from a talent standpoint, from a 53-man roster standpoint, they're one of the 5 most talented teams in the league. I think Deshaun going through the stuff he's going through, I hope that this causes him to have a revenge tour on the National Football League starting on December 4th. That's a great day, by the way. But starting on December 4th in 2022, I want to see him wreak havoc and revenge. All the Browns have to do, Vic, is be 7-5, 6-6. Be in a position to be where you can give him a game or two to have to play with and figure it out.
I guess I'm a little bit concerned with that quarterback situation. Like you said, that roster not only is one of the best in the league, but it's still improving. The youth is incredible. The youth is getting better. Is the secondary somebody that we always, a part of the team that we always talk about? Are they going to be better? Are they going to take that step forward? Is cornerback number 1? Not to name his name right now. Is he really what they say he is? You know what I mean? So that's going to be key. That's going to be key because the passing game might struggle. The passing game might struggle to start the season. So definitely the run game and that offensive line, they're going to have to rely heavily on until Deshaun makes his way back. And, do you have any concern for rust when it comes to Deshaun?
And that's why I say you got to give him a couple games there to figure it out. But Houston is a team that Houston is gonna be a little bit better than advertised, probably 9 out of 10 times, because Houston, for whatever reason, can find defensive players. One thing that they are good at. Trav, do you got a team in mind that you say that people ain't too high on that you high on?
You know what? I'm gonna shift it to the West, but I'm gonna switch to conference. I'm not gonna do the AFC because there is a team in the AFC that can be named. That they got weapons, but can the quarterback come through? But we're not gonna talk about that right now. we're going to talk about the NFC West. And I kind of like, but can he stay off the games? Can he stay off the PS5? Can he stay off the Call of Duties and the Modern Warfares and stuff like that?
Showing the whole lineup.
Arizona. Can you get the job done? You got weapons. You got weapons. But at the same time, what you gonna do, man? Can your guy stay in the game? Can he stay mentally in the game? You got paid. I don't measure nobody's pockets, but you got paid to take this team over the hump. There's gonna be is the playoff settings a little bit different now? Is it gonna be one more team added, or is it just a different format as far as like the number 1 and the number 2 seed get the buys and stuff like that? Either way it goes, it's time to get over that hump, because you either been getting touched up by Seattle or you've been getting touched up by San Francisco. What you gonna do?
And real quick, like you said, he got paid. He probably got paid earlier than he could have. They could have held another one more year this season,
right?
Because his 5th-year option would have been next season, Germ. So they could have held on that payment a little bit, but hey, he whined his way through it, got paid. But speaking of pay, Germ, I know later on Mo said that he's going to talk about it a little bit, but that contract that they just said Lamar just rejected, that information I think just came out recently. That's a big chunk of change too, $290 million. So I don't know if you want to talk about that later on.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that. I want to talk about this now because I don't know where I'll be later when it comes down to everything like that. So let me just address this now. We can address this around the horn real quick. The Lamar Jackson and the Ravens situation. I want everybody I need everybody who is a Lamar Jackson fan, enthusiast, whatever you are to Lamar, I want you to listen to what I'm getting ready to say to y'all right now. You can like Lamar Jackson, that's fine. Do I hate Lamar Jackson? No. But I'm a realist about the player. The player is a player that I've scouted. I'm going to give you and tell you how extensive I've scouted Lamar Jackson. There's another player that was on that same team by the name of Jair Alexander, who I was spot on about, who we haven't talked about much, but y'all talk about him because he show you every week that he's one of the elite guys in the league. However, my point with saying that is that Louisville team had about 2 or 3 pros on it, and Lamar was one of them. The point with that being said, and with transitioning right into it without wasting too much time, Lamar's issue is not that he's a good or bad quarterback. It's he's not an accurate quarterback from the tackle box. The tackle box is where the game is won. The tackle box is tackle to tackle. It's called the pocket. But I'm going to say the tackle box because we're going to change up the verbiage this year a little bit. The tackle box. Can you control the tackle box? The Baltimore Ravens have always been a team that can control the tackle box. Look at the Hall of Famers that they're going to have from that offensive line. Even if you have 2 Hall of Famers from your offensive line in this short career or in the short time that the Baltimore Ravens have existed, they already have at least 2 guys that will be in Canton. At least 2. One guy is already there. His name is Jonathan Ogden. The other guy that's going to end up being there is going to be Marshall Yanda. Another guy that's going to end up being there if he can stay healthy and give you a couple more good seasons is going to be who else? Ronnie Stanley. If Zeus would have stayed with them and played right tackle, he'd be in this conversation. We're talking about a team that had Ryan Jensen, the center currently for the Bucs, a team that's traded away Pro Bowl talents like Osemele, a team that has traded away so many good offensive linemen in their prime years because they paid other positions. What people have to understand is the Ravens have been winning since before Lamar got there. That culture has been established and set. In the last 20 years, the Ravens are the second most winning organization in professional sports in the National Football League, behind only the New England Patriots. Since Lamar has been there in the last 4 years, they have only won one more game, and they are still in second place. And they're still in second place, despite only having one other win from the quarterback that y'all are anointing as the best quarterback. The same guy, Joe Flacco, that y'all take a crap on every week, is the only guy in NFL history the only guy in the last 20 years that has taken a Super Bowl chance away from New England. And he did it twice in Foxborough. You can't tell me that this organization is against this player because they didn't pay him a fully guaranteed deal, because the deal is not what the problem is. The problem isn't the deal. The problem is the guaranteed money. Lamar also has a momager or agent, meaning she is the person negotiating his money. That's another scenario that changes that moves the goalpost again. Shout out to Justin Tucker. So we got to be honest when we do this and we talk about it, because we want to make it seem like people hate Lamar, but it's not a hate for Lamar. It's an understanding of the game and what he means to the game for them. They've adjusted and moved an entire franchise around him to fit what he does best. The same thing that Bobby did at Louisville. If you want to be honest, it's the same difference. Y'all talk about a pro-style offense. The pistol has never been part of a pro-style offense. And we're here to tell you the pistol offense is a modified offense of the shotgun, which the pistol gives you about 5 to 6 yards away. The shotgun is about 10 yards away, so whatever the case is. There's a difference. The pistol is a modified shotgun to allow quarterbacks to be able to see the defense. Where's the hardest place for you to see? Under center. But where is the best place for you to be? Under center. Because your entire playbook is open. When the entire playbook is open, that's a total different thing. To get right back into it and to get everybody's thoughts on it on the panel, I'm just going to put it into you in the lamest and the best terms possible. Lamar isn't worth all of the guaranteed money when he's been out with COVID twice, because he's down there hanging with the super gremlin. Period, point blank. I can't trust you to be healthy because you down there hanging with Kodak Black, and y'all should have been superstars. But instead, y'all out here robbing cars. And it's not safe for who? COVID done got you twice. So now that COVID done got you twice, let's talk about a bone bruise in your leg. That means you can't run. That don't mean you can't throw. You sat out last year while your team needed you to be involved in these games. I'm saying, we saying he's a franchise quarterback. You said franchise. You said franchise. I wish I had the animations. Franchise. That's the word y'all used. When you said that, that means he's going to put the team on his back, or he's going to do what's necessary for his team to win. He hasn't done that. He has not done that. He was out while your team was competing and losing games that ultimately allowed y'all to not make sure that you were in the playoffs.
German, but he was an MVP before.
An MVP, so is Matt Ryan. Hey, but you want to know something? The MVP award, ladies and gentlemen. Look, thanks, Vic. The MVP award is for one season. You don't get an MVP award and then become immortalized from it. There's plenty of people who won MVP awards that never got the can. So, he's a former league MVP. That means you took the league by storm that year, which you did. I'm gonna give you your props, Willie Beeman. You did. You took it. You know, when Willie Beeman stepped back. You did it. You took it. You gave him a revolution. Whoop, whoop. But guess what? That revolution over with now.
Time to show up.
It's time for you now. We're Lester. We're Lester. Where our guy at? Where coach at? Les tells you every single day in his stories when he working out, rent is due every day if you're trying to be successful. He said, rent ain't been rent paid for the day. Where Lamar Jackson at? Because I don't see him paying his rent. In fact, it's about time for him to ejecto cuz.
Listen, Jerome. Again, we can keep talking about it later on. We got 30 minutes left till kickoff. If you want, we can jump in right into that game to start it off. Ravens Jets.
We'll jump into them because we're gonna fly by them games. I ain't even worried about the games. Okay, I just want everybody to get everybody.
I'm ready to go Ravens Jets because I got a lot to talk about with that game right now already.
Oh, okay.
So no, whenever you want to start.
Trav, Tanya, do y'all got anything else y'all want to add? Oh, okay. Nobody got okay. Big Shot. Shouts out to Big Shot. Shout out to First Lady. Shouts out to everybody in the comment section. We appreciate y'all. Big Shot, I'm gonna say one thing because I do understand where you're coming from, where you say certain things are unheard of. But you want to know the funniest part about this whole thing is even if something is unheard of, that doesn't mean that it won't happen. Because now that we're at the situation that we're in the 5th year of a quarterback contract and he hasn't signed a long-term deal, now it's starting to be exactly what I talked about before. And you know what that is? People are starting to see Lamar may not have the same value that you thought he had. Because every year the numbers went from here. They wasn't up here. Let's start here. The man, he's never thrown for 3,200 yards. He's never thrown for 3,200 yards. That is an average of 200 yards a game. And he's never thrown for 200 yards a game. And he's a franchise quarterback.
Listen, man, that, if my math is correct, 6 years, $290 million, that's a $48.3 million AAV, as in average salary. Oh, did I get it wrong? Average per year.
You got your letters wrong, but
I got the letters wrong.
Yeah,
average per year. But bro, that's some extreme. Again, like Trav said, we're not in the business of counting another man's pockets. That is market value right there. That's some market value.
I ain't even say he didn't deserve a contract extension.
Right.
That's the thing. Get your money.
Exactly.
Get your money. But when you in that type of business where they looking and pinpointing everything, and then your numbers don't match, MVP is fine. He got that. See, that's the thing that's kind of like, because the accolades is there. As far as the accolades, the trophy case, it's there. But at the same time, when you look at your Justin Herberts, when you looking at all these other younger quarterbacks, your Patrick Mahomes and all these other quarterbacks, and when you look at that passing yards per game, and you seeing 325 and 350 and all, per game, you seeing that. But then you look at Lamar and you see they double 200, 210.
Right.
No, it ain't that high. It ain't that high. It's 175.
Yeah, you look at that. Now the thing that ranks him over is his yards. But you run the ball more than your running backs.
That's the thing. Listen, if you said accolades and you said the trophy case, right? In comparison to the guys that are getting the $50 million per year right now, that's Aaron Rodgers and Pat Mahomes, it's not even close.
It's not close.
If we're looking at trophies and accolades, he's not even close to those two when it comes to Super Bowl MVPs. Right, because if you win Super Bowl MVP, what does that mean? You won an MVP. You won the Super Bowl, so he has none of that. You know what I mean? So you were offered $2 million less than those guys. Boy, with that, and you run and you use your legs to perform, man, you better take that check right now, bro. You better take that.
If the Ravens, I'm gonna say this, and we're gonna move on from it. If the Ravens miss the playoffs this year,
which is very
and if they miss the playoffs this year, and if they do that, what's gonna be the excuse? All of Lamar enthusiasts, I want y'all to ask yourself this question: if Lamar takes not this year, they got 17 games. If Lamar can't throw for 3,400 yards in 17 games, what's going to be the excuse?
He don't have no weapon.
Okay. Guess what? Anquan Bolden was the number one receiver with broke down legs, broke down back, whatever. I almost said something else, but you know what? We're trying to be PG rated for the children. Jacoby Jones was the third best receiver on that team when they won the Super Bowl. Dancing with the Stars, Jacoby Jones. And y'all sitting here talk about all this extracurricular stuff.
Yeah.
Receivers have never won. Randall Moss is one of the best receivers we have ever seen with eyeballs. And he's never won a Super Bowl. Chris Carter never won a Super Bowl. Come on, man. Come on, let's start. Let's.
Like, I mean, look, like even Dennis said, like, even if they make the playoffs, but they get bounced the first week, that's not enough.
Listen,
that's not enough.
Joe Burrow in two seasons.
They've been getting bounced the first week.
Right.
Of all of our young quarterbacks, right? Dak, how many playoff wins does Dakota Prescott have? One. How many playoff wins does Justice Herbert have? Oh, he ain't got none because he ain't been to the playoffs yet. My bad. How many playoff wins does Josh Allen have? 3, right?
It's just starting to pile up a little bit, yeah.
Joe Burrow in one season has just as many playoff wins as Josh Allen, more than Lamar Jackson, and only less than Pat Mahomes. Enough being said, I have nothing else to say. He's not in the class of any of those elite guys, period, point blank. You want to talk about skin color, all that other extracurricular stuff that has nothing to do with anything pertaining to position or quarterback. Cut it out. It's trash. It's corny. It's played. Take that lame SH somewhere else. We're talking about throwing the ball. He's not good. He's not good. He's Jake. He's terrible. He's horrendous. When it matters the most, he's not delivering. Period, bro. Because if he was delivering, he wouldn't be running 40 yards against Ryan Tannehill as your one playoff win. You won it one against Ryan Tannehill.
Damn.
Tanya's cousin came into the league with more questions than Lamar did. And Jalen has thrown for more yards than Lamar did.
Damn.
Jalen.
Now don't be saying damn like that, Vic, like he just wasn't capable.
No. It's not that. It's Jalen had more questions. Jalen had more questions than Lamar did as a prospect coming in.
Yeah. And I will talk about his progression because he's showing some serious stuff on film, Jerm. Like he's still got some things he needs to work on.
Exactly.
The kid is actually making throws outside the hash marks.
And that is the key to being what? A quarterback. But that's but guess what? That's what happens when you got to get the ball to playmakers. That's what happens when you want to win. Jalen didn't have. They just started drafting all of these players. They just started doing all that in Philly.
Yeah,
they're resetting the whole culture.
Yeah,
I'm not high on Philly, but it's not because of Jalen. It's because of the stuff around them. That organization has a lot of things that they need to do defensively to make that defense needs to be more prominent. Fletcher is not getting younger, bro. Remember that Derek Barnett conversation with Myles Garrett? Derek Barnett ain't even been in the same stratosphere.
No, that's not even.
What?
The fact that he gave us a hard time about that is ridiculous. But I mean, like I said, the offensive line for me, for Phillies is a concern. The defensive line as well is aging. So, again, no beef, no Lombardi, man. That's gonna be key factors for that squad at least is what's gonna happen in the line of scrimmage.
So Raven fans, be mad. I don't care. Keep your feelings. But you know what you take him? Catch him and put him in your pocket. Save him for later. So with all that being said, we're gonna go ahead and jump into the games and everything else like that. Appreciate the comments. KG, you know where this passion is for this game. I love it. I love the game more than I love any individual player because the game far precedes one player. And that's just where we at. And I'm excited for by the way, man, I'm excited for KG too.
That's what I'm saying.
KG got some things to talk about with Russ being at the helm.
When we gonna talk about our playoff tree, man? Because
we're gonna get that in. We're gonna get that in. We're gonna get that in for sure. Because we gotta get that in because that's part of the show.
Sometime this week. This now? Okay.
Yeah, we might get it. We're gonna get it before the show. So all right, we're gonna jump through the games real quick. Hey, let's start with Baltimore. Let's start with the Saints versus the Falcons. They're giving they actually have the Falcons plus 4.5 at home. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm gonna go first. I'm just about to tell y'all the truth. No Alvin Kamara this season hurts my heart.
Hold up. He was supposed to be suspended, correct?
Who?
Alvin Kamara.
Is he supposed to be playing today?
Yeah, he what you mean? You're scaring the shit out of me now because he's on my fantasy
squad. He's supposed to be suspended because he got in trouble out there in Vegas.
Yeah, is he on the?
But they holding it off. They're holding it off to next year.
Next season.
Are you? Oh, see, yeah. Oh man, I ain't even. Oh well.
Rusty.
My heart is. Yeah, no, it ain't even rusty. It ain't even rusty. I legit thought he wasn't even with the team.
Bro, I don't know what's going on, but they holding it off to another year. I don't know what that means. I don't know why.
Well, but hey, you know one thing they should have held him out this year because they ain't got no quarterback. But anyway, with that being said, my bad. I said that about Jameis, the crab. I said that about
hands, wrists, head, shoulders, knees, and elbows.
That's 30 for 30.
Hey, man, y'all not no.
That's 30 for 30.
Let me start this off. Y'all playing.
I thought we was in Jameis' side here.
I don't care for both of them teams because they're in my division. I don't like the Saints. I will not like the Falcons. But give me the Saints, man. Jameis gonna ball, man. Jameis putting W's, man. He eating the W's. He eating the W's. Let's go, man. Saints win today, man.
I'm going with the Saints too, man. I think it's a better roster right now. I'm actually excited for Jameis. He's going to be able to start. He's got Chris Olave. You know, shout out to those Ohio State wide receivers.
And he got your boy back. And he got
the Queen back. He got the Queen back. We'll see what happens there. But I like Olave to go deep.
That might be a time drop. Ooh.
I like Olave to go deep a couple times. So, you know, I like the Saints roster this year. But specifically for today, I like the Saints in this game.
He also has a bailout.
I'm gonna also roll with the Saints too. I just don't trust nothing. Listen, I ain't trying to be funny. Jameis is a good quarterback. Don't get me wrong, but Jameis be having them moments where I just be looking at Jameis like, he still ain't got laser eye surgery, so he's not a quarterback yet, or he's not a big boy yet. So at the end of the day, get laser eye surgery and then we'll talk about it. But give me the Saints today because I think he can see enough to beat the Falcons. Tanya, go ahead. Say what you gotta say.
I mean, I'm taking the Saints. I don't trust nothing Falcons related.
I mean, but I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you reason number 7,326 why the Falcons ain't SH. And another thing, Marcus Mariota, the starting quarterback. Next game on the docket, we got the Browns versus the Carolina Panthers. I want y'all to know something. Vegas actually has this as Cleveland plus 0.5 on the road. This is the weirdest point spread ever. They didn't get nobody a point, man. They didn't get these folks a point, man. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I don't even really care too much about this game today. If I'm Cleveland, I just want to run the ball and impose my will. Shouts out to Baker Mayfield, Curtis Mayfield's illegitimate son, as Jay Ham would say. I'm gonna be real with y'all when I tell y'all this. I want to see Baker do good because I don't hate him as a player. I just don't think he's elite. Give me the Browns. I'm taking the Browns, and I'm gonna give y'all the score. Browns 24, Carolina 10.
I'll go second, I guess. You know, listen, Baker's my guy. Everybody's that's well documented throughout the Views family, throughout the Scene family. So shout out to Baker. I think that he went to an excellent team, and I think he has a chance to win today. There's a lot of petty talk there with Nick Chubb. Some of the things that Nick Chubb said, apparently, some of the things that Myles Garrett said, that they ignored his messages. Listen, if that is true, kind of petty on their end, kind of unprofessional on their end. But we'll see. I wanted them to come out and play. I wanted it to be a good football game because I'm actually looking forward to watching that game live. But I'm taking the Panthers in that game because I think Baker is gonna come out strong.
Trav?
I gotta roll with the Browns, man. That's one of those other, like a team that we was talking about being high on. You kind of talked about that earlier. The Browns is one of those teams, man. Just hold on. Do enough to hold on. Because when number 4 gets back, that's a whole different ball team. That's a whole different club. That's a whole different. The playbook expands. You don't know if you have to mess with 24, 27 back there, even though he ain't happy, or the other young cat. He can get the ball to any and everywhere. I got the Browns winning this 31 to 20. I got the Browns winning this 31 to 20.
Tanya?
I'm going Carolina because brisket. Because brisket.
Oh, you want some brisket from Carolina? I got you. All right. All right. So next game on the docket, we got San Francisco 49ers versus the Chicago Bears at home. Chicago is 6.5 up at home. 6.5. I'm just gonna go ahead and go first. We'll keep the same order, y'all, because we're gonna roll through these in 15 minutes, if that. Give me Chicago today. I want to see the second year Justin Fields, who I think is a much better version of what Trey Lance is now. But the other thing too is I really think that Bears defense still has some really solid pieces to it. And I think that the Bears should be able to score 17 points. I don't know if the 49ers are good enough to be able to score 17 points consistently. I'm not buying the Trey Lance hype. I'm not buying the Justin Fields hype. I'm just buying which team I think is better. Give me Chicago today. Give me Chicago 17-12.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going the other way. I'm going to lean the other way simply because I think the 49ers roster is just a little bit better. Again, it's early in the season. This is a situation where you got 2 second-year quarterbacks from the same draft, 2 guys we weren't very high on, like we spoke about earlier. But, I think Justin Fields has a chance to be a better passer that Trey Lance does. Again, time will tell the truth on that, of course. But the 49ers roster is just too good, I think, for this Bears team. So I'm going to go with the 49ers. Shout out to Jerry, shouting out John Redcorn, rest in peace of John, big Bears fan. Thanks for that, man. Just, keeping those guys.
So my guy Leon, R.I.P., man. R.I.P., Leon. So go ahead, Trav.
49ers. Your game plan ain't changed since y'all went to the Super Bowl against the Baltimore Ravens. You got one of the best offensive linemen in the game. You follow 71, number 19, number 25, number 5, whoever in the backfield. You follow 71 wherever he goes. He's going to take you there. I got the 49ers, man. I got the 49ers winning this one. You follow 71 and you lean on him.
Mm-hmm.
That's just it.
Tanya?
I'm taking Chicago on this one. Because I feel like I feel like even though they both got drafted the same year, I feel like Justin Fields got a little bit more experience than Trey Lance at this point.
Yes,
So I'm
he
gonna
does.
take Chicago.
All right, next game on the docket. We got the Pittsburgh Steelers versus Cincinnati Bengals. Pittsburgh. All right. They give it Pittsburgh 6.5 on the road against Cincy. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I just put this hat on just because it was cool at the moment. I'm taking this off. Give me Cincinnati. It's really simple. I just want y'all to know Joe Burrow is elite. So once y'all see he's elite, y'all will stop picking everybody else when it come down to him playing. As long as Joey B playing on Sunday, give me Cincinnati. Shouts out to Josh Storms.
Yeah, I mean, you would think Cincinnati has a better roster, better quarterback right now, coming off a Super Bowl loss. Not the expectations were definitely not to go to the Super Bowl, but they did it anyway. So, hey, I mean, hopefully there's no hangover for them, which most likely there will be, but I think they should be able to win this game, at least starting week 1 against this Steelers team.
Trav?
So the Steelers gonna put their trust in Mitchell Trubisky.
Trisket.
Woo! Boy. I get cursed out every day by this young lady below me, but it don't matter. It does not matter. But in this case, I think Tomlin got something up his sleeve this year, especially with the bank. Did the Bengals go there and just put a ass whooping on them last year?
Yeah, them and the Ravens. The only team they couldn't beat was Cleveland.
I think Tomlin got that in his back pocket. I think Steelers gonna pull a stunt out because as the Rams got their little Super Bowl ass whooping out the way, I think the runner up gonna get the same way. So in this case, I think the Steelers gonna be the victors of this situation today, week 1.
Go ahead, Tanya. Go ahead.
First of all, see, I'm not even gonna cuss you out today, Trav. I mean, I did already, but that was in the chat. So anyway, I got my Dwayne Haskins shirt on today. I am, yes. So I'm rolling with us today. We got a new defensive coordinator. I'm thinking he got something planned today.
Okay.
So I'm picking up.
Next game on the docket. Philadelphia is down 3.5 on the road against Detroit. I'm gonna be real with y'all, and we're gonna cut right into it when I say this. I'm going to pick Philadelphia to win today because I do think that Philadelphia is a better team than Detroit. That's all I got.
I mean, same thing here. The Philly roster is definitely a lot better right now. Again, we talked about the health on the offensive line, which they are starting healthy for game 1, obviously. But we're going to see, for the future. But today against the Lions, I mean, got to be the Eagles, man. They got to start the season off well, right?
Trav?
PHILA, period. I think they're gonna make noise in the East. For some odd reason, I think they're going to make noise. They're going to beat the teams that you're not going to expect. Like they may go to Dallas and pull one off, but overall, I just got them beating Detroit. I mean, the Hard Knocks Life deal, the whole thing, you see that and stuff. And it seems like they're getting more inspired by this coach getting the best out of them, but not week 1. Not week 1. I think Philly gonna beat them. Philly gonna beat them today.
Tanya?
I mean, I know I'm gonna pick my cousin, right? Give me Philly.
Okay. Next game on the docket, we got the Indianapolis Colts versus the Houston Texans. The Indianapolis Colts are 7.5-point underdogs against the Houston Texans, which is weird. I'm going to go Indianapolis today. I think Indianapolis should be able to run the football. I think Matt Ryan will have a very, very good year with them. Give me Indianapolis.
Yeah, I mean, close game. I think it'll be a close game. It's a divisional game anyway. The Texans do have a young team, but they showed some signs of fight last year for that coaching staff. But I will take the Colts simply because they just have the better offensive line, better run game. And Matt Ryan, whatever we think about him, he might be just a better quarterback today specifically. So I'll take the Colts as well.
Draft.
Oh, I hate Matt Ryan. Well, do y'all know how bad I do not like this dude? He didn't do nothing but switch colors on a jersey. He didn't switch teams. He just switched the color of the jersey, man. That is the same situation as when they blew the 28-3 lead. He got the team. Their team is there. Offensively, it is there. But in this instance, man, give Matt Ryan his ring, man. Coach, man.
Tanya?
I don't want the Texans to win nothing. Give me the Colts.
All right. Patriots versus the Dolphins. Patriots are 3.5-point favorites on the road. I'm interested in this game because this is one of them games where we get to see Tua Tagovailoa and all those great weapons and stuff. Give me Bill Belichick.
Yeah, I mean, we'll talk about these teams more extensively in the future. The Patriots is an interesting situation, Jeremy, because again, we like Mac Jones, we like that quarterback for that specific team, especially for the EMP system. But there's a lot of noise coming out from who is the offensive coordinator, what is Bill Belichick gonna do with the offense? How much is he gonna partake in play calling? I think it sounds messy. I think Bill is in over his head a lot lately, so it's gonna be very, very tough. I think the Dolphins pull this game out, man. I think the Pats just have a bad year, and I think it starts today in Miami.
Okay. Trav?
Miami coach. That's one of them 49er disciple cats, correct?
Mm-hmm.
One thing he did was get a ball to his playmakers. And who is his most dominant playmaker on their team? It's number 10. He did it for Debo. He did it for Debo Samuels.
Oh, yes. Yep.
You get his ball. You get it to Waddle. You get it to Cheetah. You put the ball in their hand and let them make plays, man. I got Miami for this one, man.
Sorry?
So in the second year of the Bama Bowl, I'm conflicted, but Miami is one of my sleeper teams this year, so give me the Dolphins.
Next game, we have Baltimore versus the New York Football Jets. Jets are plus 7.5 at home. I'm just disrespectful like this. Give me Joe Flacco and the Jets. Upset the Ravens week 1.
Listen, bro, I'm with you there. This Jets front seven, again, this is another young football team, but I like their front seven defensively against Lamar. If they're able to contain him, keep him in the pocket, and having to make plays out of the pocket, it's going to be a very interesting football game. Again, Jets got some young talent offensively as well. Breece Hall, I'm excited to see what they do at running back with him. That's a 3-down running back. Garrett Wilson. Shout out to OSU again. I like the Jets in this game, man. I'm sorry, Dennis, bro, but it looks like a tough matchup.
Trav?
Man, give me Baltimore, man. Give me Baltimore. As much as we got on them, it's still Lamar Jackson. And And as long as he got Mark Andrews there, he's gonna give him the ball. He can't throw over 30 yards accurate, but he can get him the ball. He get him the ball. But you know what? I'm excited to see this young corner from the Jets and their wide receiver.
I forgot to mention Sauce
I
Gardner.
want to see what they call him, Juice or something like that.
Sauce Gardner.
I want to see him, and I want to see how Flacco is going to give that young guy from USC the ball, because they saying this dude catch radius is off the charts.
Well, I'm sorry, excuse me. Is he from Ohio State or USC? It was Garrett
USC.
Wilson. Oh, Garrett.
USC.
Okay, my bad. Garrett Wilson. Yeah, USC. Yeah. So,
no. Garrett Wilson is from Ohio State.
Ohio State. Okay, I thought
great.
what's the?
Yeah,
I knew. I thought he was from USC. My bad. But the cat can. He's everywhere with it, and they saying he's good. I just want to see them young guys, but give me Baltimore on this one.
All right, we're going real quick after this. Tanya, who you got? I know you're gonna pick the Baltimore because you just trying to get it picking right.
I'm gonna pick Baltimore. However, I got a feeling they're gonna lose this game. But I picked them in my pick'em, so I gotta stand 10 toes on what I picked.
Mhm.
But I feel like they're gonna lose. And if they do, I'm on their ass for 52 weeks. Until week 1 next year. They're gonna hear from me. Go ahead. Next game.
All right, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna run through 3 games real quick or 3 games real quick because they don't really have any significance. Jaguars versus the Commanders. Hey y'all, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Give me the Commanders in this game.
Commanders. Better roster right now.
Try.
I might go with Sunshine on this one, man. I might go Jags on this one, man.
I'm going Sunshine because the Commanders can't even get their logo right on their mugs. So they just not. I don't trust them.
Oh God.
Give me the Jaguars.
Giants versus Titans. Give me the Giants.
Ooh. Yeah, give me the Giants too, man. Like, hey, listen, give me the Giants and that offensive line, that revamped offensive line, and some Saquon. Let's go Giants.
This man says Saquon. Wow.
Hey.
That's in Nashville? That's in Tennessee today?
That's in Tennessee.
I'm not saying it because of their home, but I mean, man, Derrick Henry is still there.
Yeah.
But give me the Giants, man. Give me the Giants.
Tanya?
My boy is back. Give me the Oilers.
Okay. Next game, I'm actually gonna run through the Packers in Minnesota because we see this every year. I'm actually gonna take Minnesota today at home.
I'm going Vikings too.
Trey?
Arrogant Aaron, man. Arrogant Aaron I gotta go with him, man. Until the end. It's a must, man. I'm going Aaron Rodgers, man. I'm going GB.
Tanya?
The Vikings.
All right. Next game. Now, I don't want to run past it because these games are always great games for whatever reason. The Raiders and Chargers always play each other so good. So I'm gonna make this real quick because I know Vic may have a couple of things he wants to say. And then we got Kansas City and Arizona. I think Mo and Vic at least will be back later tonight for the Bucks and the Cowboys. But real quick, I'm gonna actually go ahead and pick both of these games real quick. And then I'm gonna let you, Vic, you do the same thing, and then Trav, and then Tanya. When it comes to this Raiders Chargers game, I think the Chargers are in a spot where they have to prove themselves right now. So I don't know whether to pick them or not because I think the Raiders at least do have an identity. The Chargers are the team that walks into this game without a real identity. The difference is they just picked up one of the best football players on the planet named Khalil Mack. Give me the Chargers in that game. Kansas City and Arizona, I'm not going to lie to y'all. I don't care who wins, but I'm not picking against Patty Mayonnaise. So give me the Chiefs and give me the Chargers. Both of them, and they need to be honest. Both of them need to start off strong because both of these teams are probably going to have to really be good in order for both of them to be able to be in the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, just like Josh Allen on Thursday, I think that Justin Herbert and the Chargers have to make a statement today. This Raiders team, again, I've always, kind of had some, a like towards them the last few years. Derek Carr, the quarterback, has to step it up. Is adding Devontae Adams that key piece that he needs? We'll see. But it should be a great, great fight between these two teams, divisional teams. But I'm taking the Chargers in this game to slightly win it. And I think KC has, even though they're missing Tyreek Hill, we'll talk about them in the future. I think they have a chance to beat Arizona today as well. So I'm picking KC and the Chargers as well.
Trav?
Man, give me the Raiders.
Oh, he picked the Raiders.
Give me the Raiders.
The Raiders.
Give me Raiders. Devontae may not get the touches, but he's gonna open it up for Waller and Winfrey, Hunter Winfrey. I like the Chargers defense has good names. FSU Fine is back there, number 3, man. Don't worry about it. He's just one of the best safeties in the league. Got the Bosa kid, got Khalil. They got names, but for some odd reason, Chargers do not like playing defense. I don't know why. They got the names, they just don't do it as well. And some odd reason, the Raiders they don't look up. They just find a stupid way of beating them. So give me the Raiders on that. And Kansas City, I think we're gonna see a lot of Patrick Mahomes being a intermediate passer this year. You're gonna see a lot of intermediate stuff now. And that may open it up for his deep passes later. But we're gonna see Patrick Mahomes do a lot of intermediate passes. So give me Kansas City over Arizona, man.
Okay. And Tanya.
Y'all know these are my 2 favorite people outside of Deshaun. So give me Sherbert and give me Patrick Mahomes.
All right. Now, with that being said, I know kickoff is coming. What we will do is we will have a more extended show coming up on Monday night, which is tomorrow. We will literally give y'all the playoff trees and everything else like that. We'll give y'all all the information that you guys need from there. I think Mo and Vic at least will be back tonight. I'll try to be back on later with them. We're going to go ahead. We're going to get ready to close out the show and everything else like that. So with that being said, around the horn real quick, any final thoughts before we end the show? I'm going to start with you, Tanya.
No, I don't have any today.
All right. Trav?
Hey, man. It's back, man. Like I said at the beginning, man, I hope everybody fantasy teams be the best. And welcome back football, man. Let's get it.
Shout out to everybody in the chat. For the support and everything. Week 1, everybody stay healthy, man. That's all I pray for.
All right. And all I'm going to say is I'm just looking forward to this football season. There's so many good things, so many switches, swaps, and all that good stuff that have happened this off season to the point where I just want to see some good football. So with that being said, as the kickoff start and as the games are getting going and everything else like that, please enjoy the games today. Please enjoy all of the great things going on, all the great stuff that's going to happen today on these screens. Most importantly, come back later with us and celebrate week 1 the right way. And then we'll come back Monday and do it all over again and everything else. So with that being said, that's Vic, that's Trav, that's First Lady Tanya, True Man False World